Okay, this one's all about the hats. So I start off with a hat I'm rather proud of, and this is my Army Beret. I served in the British Army for a total of 17 years, and all of those years was in the Ordnance Corps, of which this is the cap badge. The red patch behind it is not a brevet of any kind. It is a poppy, and because I always wear this every year when I go to the Remembrance Day ceremonies to pay homage to those of my comrades who didn't make it, and to all those who've lost their lives serving their country, and that's just a mark of respect. Generally the poppy comes off at the end of Remembrance Day, and we wear it without the poppy on for the rest of the year. So only during the early days of November up until the 11th of November we wear the poppy. So that's my Army beret. There is a bee in my bonnet about berets, and when you see them depicted on some films they look rather good, like mine does, shaped and there. But then you get those stupid films where the guys are wearing their berets like this, and it just goes to show how ignorant and stupid the directors of the films are, because they're letting that go out looking like that when no real soldier would ever go out looking like he had a bloody tea bag on his head. So there you go. That's just a little bee in my bonnet. I'll take that one off and we'll move on. If you watched my recent Liverpool L8 store video, you will have seen me wearing my pork pie hat. I love this little pork pie hat. It's very comfortable, made of felt, and you can wear it at a cheeky angle like that. It's really nice to wear on the back of your head, this hat, and it's also quite nice to wear straight and flat on your head, because it's a very comfortable hat. The only thing that I don't really like about it is because it's a very narrow brim, it tends to make your face look rather broad. So there is that, but I do like wearing it. Perhaps my favourite winter hat is this one, and this is a felt Fedora hat. Not a terribly expensive hat, but really comfortable and nice to wear. And I think this was from Marks and Spencer's, or maybe from the Tweed Mill, I'm not sure. But anyway, very nice hat, very comfortable again to wear, and because it's a broad brim, it does narrow your face down a little bit. I like to wear them at a slightly cheeky angle because I'm a slightly cheeky guy. There you go. I've got, this is my battered old Panama style hat in cotton, and very light, very comfortable to wear, a good summer hat, and keeps the sun out of your eyes all right. I may or may not wear this to Trinidad on my next trip, but we'll have to see. Right, the next one is a Australian hat. This is not the hat that you recognise with the corks dangling on the string to keep the flies out of your face. This is like an Australian outbackers hat, perhaps. I really love it because it's got a wired flat brim, and I really do like it. It sometimes by British people gets mistaken for a cowboy hat, which of course it isn't. It's not a Stetson at all. I don't own a Stetson, but I need to rectify that at some point in the future. I really do like this hat. I don't wear it quite often enough. It's not quite as comfortable as the Panama, but nonetheless it's alright to wear. So this is a cheeky little hat for summer, and this is when we go on picnics, of course, in Britain, you know. But seriously, I've only just bought this, so I really need to test it out and see what it looks like. But I kind of like it. It's another hat that wears nicely on the back of your head, and it's nice to wear at a cheeky angle as well. So and they were very common in the United States of America and in Britain, certainly during the 1920s and 1930s. A very nice hat to wear, and probably earlier than that as well, but very nice, very light hat. Another hat I might take to Trinidad with me this year because it's really light and it keeps the sun off your face and it keeps the heat off the top of your head. So if you have any comments about me wearing hats in Trinidad, if you have any interest in that, let's see them in your comments below. All right. I'm moving on now to this hat, which I rather like. I tend not to wear baseball hats or that type of hat, but this one's modelled on the GI hats of the Second World War, and I bought it in Normandy during a visit in 2014 to pay my respects to the brave servicemen who took back Europe from the occupying Nazi troops in the Second World War. And we visited the beaches of Normandy, where all the Normandy Operation Overlord landings were, the D-Day landings, and we also visited some very important inland sites like the Orme River Bridge and some of the burial sites and places where the airborne guys landed and many of them paid the ultimate price. I bought this hat because, well, I like it, and I needed it to keep the sun off my head during that visit. So moving on, during that trip, we went into this little curio shop looking for militaria mainly that was connected to the Normandy landings, of course. But most of the good stuff has been snapped up years ago and is in private collections. But my eyes fell upon this box sitting on a shelf, this hat box with this hat in it. And it's a hat I'll probably never wear because it makes me look like a dick. But I just love it. Check it out. And you're right, it does make me look like a dick. Answers below. Does it make me look like a dick? It makes me look a little bit like a Hasidic Jew. Not that a Hasidic Jew would ever think of wearing a hat like this, but it's. I'm not Hasidim, so you can just check that out. I love the shape. It's a bit, I think, Laurel and Hardy-ish to me. So I love the shape. It's a very expensive hat. I paid 140 euros for it. But if you fall in love with something, you just have to pay the price, don't you? And it came in this lovely old-fashioned box. Let me show you. Where is it? There we go. Check this out. It's got chapeau written on it, right there, and it's a Mossant. And it is made from beaver felt, so it is a real genuine classic beautifully made French hat, and it would have been very expensive at the time the original owner bought it, and I suspect the original owner is left us a long time ago. So there you go. That's a very beautiful hat, but it's not necessarily one I would wear too often. There you go. My final hat is, those of you who've seen my videos of the trike, my brother and I on the trike, will have seen me wearing this thing. And that is, I love this hat. It makes me go slightly deaf, so forgive me if I'm shouting at you right now. This one, the glasses aren't period, but the actual leather flying helmet itself is a Second World War United States Navy leather flying helmet, so it is a genuine Second World War. And if you see me wearing the sheepskin bomber jacket, that is also a genuine Second World War leather bomber jacket. I don't need to tell you that both of these things cost me the earth, but you know, when you have to have something, you have to have it. for many years I owned a British leather flying helmet, the one with the larger cups on here. But that ended up in an army MFO box, and I never recovered it, so I really don't know where that is or who owns it nowadays. These glasses are reproduction ones, but they're rather fitting for the period, I would have thought, and they also keep the wind out of my eyes when I'm on the back of the trike. So there you go. That, boys and girls, is my hat collection. This video was inspired by my friend Bin Stuntin. Bin Stuntin is a great guy. He's from Trinidad, and he does some amazing travelogues and vlogs and product reviews and trips around his beautiful home country and other countries that you've really got to see. It does amazing aerial shots, and he's a really nice guy, so check him out and give him some love. All right, that's my humble hat collection, and we'll all see you on my next food video. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to follow my channel, please subscribe, and be sure to click the bell icon to receive notification of all my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.